The Funplex is a family entertainment center in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. This complex opened in 1997, but it has grown immensely over the past decade. This place dabbles in a little bit of everything. It has both outdoor and indoor sections, it has arcades and play structures, it has miniature golf, it has amusement rides, and it even features a water park. If you look at the offerings, I think it's the best FEC in all of New Jersey. But it is expensive. Find out if it's worth visiting in this review. I want to note that this review covers the Mount Laurel, New Jersey location only. There is another Funplex 1.5 hours north in East Hanover, New Jersey. That one has better indoor offerings, but the outdoor options are not as strong as the Mount Laurel location. Then there's also a third location in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I previously reviewed that one. This isn't an FEC like the two in New Jersey. Rather, it's one of the smallest amusement parks in the world, occupying just one city block. The Mount Laurel location is located near several other amusement parks. It's within 40 minutes of Six Flags Great Adventure, Clementon Park, and Sesame Place. This makes it an easy pit stop for coaster enthusiasts to add to a road trip if they want an extra coaster credit. Funplex used to have free admission, but now all guests must purchase an admission package to enter. You can purchase credits valid for rides, games, and activities. These are all stored in a card. The minimum buy depends on the time of year. It can range from $15 to $30, costing more in the summer months. Each ride and activity costs between $4 and $8. Games cost a fraction of that. Alternatively, you can purchase a wristband. You have a few options here. You can purchase a wristband for just the water park or rides that cost roughly $50. Or you can purchase a combo band for nearly $60 that includes both the water park and rides, plus some arcade games. This is the best option if you want to experience everything. If you visit in the winter months, the wristband prices are reduced because the outdoor attractions are closed, but they'll still run you $29 to $49 depending on the day. The new pricing model requires that all guests enter through the indoor section. The initial area has a small bowling alley and a modern fleet of arcade games. It's similar to what you'll find at Dave & Buster's. This part then branches off. It leads to the boardwalk section, and I like how this indoor area is decorated with strung lights and murals on the wall to give it a little atmosphere. This section has even more games, both of the arcade and carnival variety. Then you have several other attractions. You have a play structure for kids, then some rides. You have some smaller spinning rides. There's an XD theater. Now usually I love these Triotech shooters, but the guns were not working on this one when I visited, making the experience a frustrating one. Then you have a set of go-karts in the very back. These are good starter go-karts for kids because the track isn't too crazy and the karts do not go overly fast. Then you have this connector section bridging the two indoor areas together. You have laser tag, plus a few additional rides. But this area sticks out like a sore thumb from an aesthetic standpoint. It just looks drab and plain. It has no decorations, and it looks like a hallway you'll find in an office building. Moving outside, you'll find a few other FEC staples like bumper boats and a miniature golf course, but the rest of the offerings are what you'll usually find at an amusement park. The most notable ride for coaster enthusiasts is the Fun Coaster. This is an S.B.F. Visa spinning coaster, but it's not one of the small figure 8 coasters that have spread like wildfire. Rather, it's a full-fledged spinning wild mouse. The layout is very similar to the Reverchon's and Perla models. The hairpin turns and spinning are slower, but all the drops give little pops of airtime at least, and the ride is smooth. You then have a half dozen flat rides, with the most notable one being Fun Twister. This is a small S.B.F. Visa frisbee, but it's quite thrilling because it inverts. The ride offers some great hang time over the top, while also being very disorienting. Then you have the Splashplex water park. I admittedly have not gone there, but they have a half-pipe slide named Whip Splash. If it rides like the clone I've experienced in Bonsai Pipeline at Whale's Tail Water Park in New Hampshire, it should have a few instances of airtime and easily be the best attraction in the entire complex. Then the two slide towers cover some of the other main genres, including mat racing slides, body speed slides, and tube slides. Rounding out the water offerings, there is a pool, a small lazy river, and a race car themed water play structure, which is a theme I haven't seen before for this type of attraction. Now the outdoor area is filled with bright and colorful attractions, but it has zero shade. This includes the midways and queue lines, so make sure to pack sunscreen or else you could get burned here really badly. Fortunately, queue lines seem to be mostly non-existent here. In my 2 visits, all the amusement rides have been walk-ons. Even the water slides have appeared to have minimal waits, and this is even with me visiting on hot summer days. I'm guessing the high price point is a contributing factor to this. Last but not least, there are a few food stands. The food looks to be your basic snacks, pizza, and fried food, but I cannot comment on the quality because I haven't gotten a meal here. So do I recommend the Mount Laurel Funplex. If you want a well-rounded facility with a little bit of everything, from games, to sports, to rides to slides, Funplex is perfect. It really is impressive how much this complex has grown over the past decade to become more than your average FEC. This places all the standard FEC offerings, plus enough amusement rides to qualify as a small amusement park by now. My only issue with Funplex is the cost. If you're primarily interested in rides and slides, I would consider the other amusement parks in the area over Funplex. This place now costs as much as the area's larger amusement parks. Sure, those larger parks will likely be busier, but I think those places give you more bang for your buck. I'd visit this complex more if it reverted back to the free admission model. That's what you see at most FECs. That made the park a much better value for people who just want to pop in for a few attractions, like coaster enthusiasts wanting the credit, or parents who are chaperoning young kids. So those are my thoughts on the Funplex in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. What are your thoughts on this FEC? Do you think it's worth visiting? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.